It's joebiline here, and today this is a bit of an information video. Some of you may not have realised this. It got announced last night by Marco, fake immigrant, the community manager for FIFA Mobile. But he announced that over the next few weeks there's some big changes coming to plans and programs in FIFA Mobile. Exciting times ahead. There's a bunch of plans getting refreshed because obviously for quite some time now, potentially even months, there's been quite a few plans that are pretty much stale. You've got like your veterans, your rookies, your game changers, even your team heroes. A lot of these players now that you get from these, they're quite stale. A lot of people now, they're not really worth doing the plans for, because the players everyone has better, more or less now. It's slowly shifting where everyone's starting to have those like high 80s, low 90s overall teams, especially the first 11, maybe not so much the full 27, but especially your starting 11. Most people have got like 90 stuff, even if just from getting the freebies during the programs and the events. Everyone's is starting to switch up, so it was time. They felt that it was time to refresh, bring in new players, and just make some of the plans worth doing again. Obviously we had the Martial launch last week, and it all goes sort of around that. So I thought I'd just cover some of the new information that came out last night that you might have missed, because it's not live in game yet, but this was a heads up they gave everyone, because it looks like some of the stuff is starting tomorrow night, Thursday morning, depending on where you are in the world. But one of the things that's coming, it's finally, obviously if you realise in the world calendar, it's time for World Qualifiers, and it's World Qualifiers round 2. So the second round of players is being announced later this week, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So tomorrow night, Thursday morning. They said they're changing a bit. The program's changing slightly to how round 1 worked. So we'll have to wait and find out when they release the blog and the plans to find out how that's changing. But we will be finding out what the master key tokens are for. So obviously, if you complete any of these these players, as well as the play you get, you would have realised, if you haven't done it already, is you get, where are these hiding? I think they're at the bottom, is these master keys. And for a while we've not known what they're for. We're finally going to find out. Hopefully they're for something good. I feel they're going to be important, because especially after the Team of the Year tokens we got from doing the Master Inform plans, they just didn't seem worth it. So hopefully they've realised that they need to be worth something this time. So we'll find out what these are for, and we'll get a new list of players. So we've got World Cup qualifiers coming. Obviously at the moment there's the St. Paddy's Day promo, and at the moment I haven't claimed this yet. I may as well claim this now. But obviously towards the Martial, as mentioned, there's the Paddy's Day, and I've focused on this as the main thing I wanted to get done. So let's claim this, and oh, that does look nice with the little Paddy's Day logo on it. So that was my main aim for this when I was looking at the players. Coleman I wasn't too fussed about doing, however I realised I'm 1 token away, so I probably would end up claiming that. Then I was going to go for Dembele, however I don't know if I can be bothered to sweat the live event enough, so I might just go for the Dani Ceballos instead, because he looks like a really nice centre mid. And even though I probably won't have to use him necessarily, say for any series I do in the future that may require me to use lower rated players, thinking like tribute and stuff like that, Dani Ceballos looks like a really good player that would fit in there. Maybe Dembele as well if I can go for it. But Coleman and Ceballos, I just need to get the lucky leads. So I need to sweat the event, and Coleman I need to get lucky and get that token number 8. So I've got a few trading plans to do. I've tried once. It's a bit harsh, like losing a knot every time you do it, but that's the thing with this all being untradeable. And obviously we're close. We need to do this a few more times for the community event, because if we go here, go to news, at last news, we was quite close anyway, because what it turns out, each of these community events, even though we haven't unlocked them yet, we're already earning towards them. So we don't know what we're earning towards, however we are already earning it. So when this went live, we was already at 1.8 of the 2.2. So hopefully by the next update tonight we should have done it. We'll have to find out. But that one, this is what interests me. Elite Shamrock player. Are they just calling the Emerald players Shamrock players, or is this a new player that we don't know yet? Because none of them are called Shamrock players, and none of them, unless they're calling, I suppose it's got that little that Shamrock on the badge, so it could be. But we'll have to find out once it's completed if it's one of these four, or if it is a completely new player that we don't know yet. We'll have to find out. Anyway, back to the new stuff that's coming. One other change that's coming, they said it for a while, they said it ages ago when they first announced that they were extending it, but Team of the Year is finally coming to an end. And they've announced that we've got about another week before they disappear. So I imagine in a content update in the next few days, they will all update to have a timed out an expiry date on them, which is going to be a week. I have actually managed to end up more recently, so I got most of the tokens joined Team of the Year at the time, but more recently I've managed to end up completing them all, because there's a big profit to be made, because especially how cheap elites are, you can make them for quite cheap, but you have only got a week now to finish Team of the Year. They did say at the time that they weren't going to be in there, they weren't going to be here forever, but they were going to extend them for some time. So they finally realised now that to make way for new programs and more exciting things to come, they're moving on with Team of the Year. It's gone on for enough. So if you are close to completing a few of the Team of the Year stuff, you haven't got long to go. So make sure you're currying up with them if you are doing them. Now, a few more things that are being refreshed, and I'll make sure and try and get the a logo on the screen for you, the what we've found so far. But the classics, your game changers, your veterans, your rookies, your team heroes, they're all being updated. Now, we don't know the full details yet, but what we do know is that they have a new series of new player items being added for several of our programs, including scouting, veterans, game changers, rookies, and additionally team hero plans, to offer new players for the clubs involved. So new heroes with upgraded stats, and these are going to go live in different times over the next 2 to 3 weeks, so we need to be on the lookout for those. So one thing we don't know yet with this is, will these be new crests required? Will it be like, for example, Ajax original or new Ajax? But we do know that from the blog it sounds like the clubs are staying the same. It doesn't sound like there's new clubs, but a lot of these are getting updated heroes. We don't know what rating they're going to be yet, but obviously the team heroes at the moment are already are 88. So we'll have to wait and find out what the new heroes will be. My guess would be around 90 to 95 maybe, because obviously when these team heroes first originally came at 88, most people had like full gold teams and maybe 1 or 2 elites, so they were always quite far ahead, but now we've overlapped them and they're not as important anymore. So it remains to be seen. What do you guys think? What ratings do they think? Who do you think will be the team hero for the teams who weren't selected already? Exciting times ahead, definitely with them, and we'll have to find out. I don't know. Are they going to use new crests? Are they not? Are you investing in crests in case we have to use the same ones? Are you not taking the risk? Let me know below. I'll be happy to hear your suggestions and hear your thoughts on this. But it's definitely exciting times. We're getting lots of new plan refreshers, and also the attack mode plans are moving from the attack mode tab, and just they're going to exist inside this player tab. So it seems they want to free up that tab there, because there's only so many tabs they can have at the top. The attack mode stuff will just list under the player tabs here, so I guess it will replace Team of the Year and be a few more. Maybe it'll just be all one in a row, and there'll be lots and lots of scrolling. But yeah, obviously we find out the announcement on who the April attack mode master players will happen on or before March the 31st. So we'll be finding them out soon. But yeah, what are you most excited for? New game changers, rookies, veterans, the team heroes. Like, very excited for World Cup qualifier round 2, which we'll be finding out tomorrow, well, in about 36 hours or so. But let me know what your thoughts are below. Obviously this was more just an information video. Obviously we got that completed and we're working towards them. But do leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here, come follow me on Twitter at joebilineHD, and I will see you all later. Peace.